Greetings. Now, as I stated in my channel trailer, the schedule of when these videos will be uploaded will be inconsistent. So don't expect this to happen every week where I got 2 episodes in 1 week. So with that disclaimer, let me go over the next chapter. So chapter 2 is spring break. On Friday, Eriko and her father helped Kalu and their mother finish packing for their trip to Japan. That night, Eriko couldn't sleep much. She went over in her mind everything that had transpired and tried to figure out what she could have done differently to change things for her family. Each time, she realized that there was not anything she could have done. Adults are in charge. All she can do is hope that she doesn't make the same critical mistakes. And she hoped that things will get better. She watched enough movies from Hollywood to see that major shakeups are needed for better things to happen. The next morning, all of them woke up early so they will get to their flight in time to do check-in and eat breakfast at one of the restaurants at the airport. Um, hint, hint, San Francisco International Airport for this. So, yeah, let me write this down because okay. So after they ate breakfast, they went to the correct terminal, waited for the plane to start boarding. After a long embrace, they waved to each other. Next, Kalu and next, I'm getting these names mixed up. So next, Eriko and her father went outside to see the plane taxi to the runway and take off. That's the other reason why I'm reading this out loud, because I'm like, if I need to make any changes, I can definitely see that. Okay, so next they went to San Francisco. After they had lunch at the same sushi place, they went to the clinic. Peodor asked Eriko when she'll turn 18. She replied she just had her birthday. He breathed a sigh of relief. Since she's now an adult, she can now make her own decisions. He asked her about her citizenship status. She replied she's not a citizen of this country. He replied she might have some difficulty finding work with just a permanent visa. So he asked her if she had considered becoming a citizen. Eriko's father replied that he was thinking about that. Pedro replied he has a distant relative whose mother works for an immigration attorney in New York City. He'll have them contact Eriko directly to get the paperwork started. Eriko said that she's spending the summer in Japan. She can stop by San Francisco on her way home. He nodded. Next, Pedro asked why she isn't going straight to university. He wanted to know if she's deliberately taking a gap year. Eriko replied that due to her family situation, cost is an issue. He replied that they need somebody just like her to work at their clinic. Moreover, they are getting federal grant monies for the research they are conducting to advance knowledge about endometriosis. So she doesn't need to worry about how they're going to pay her. Eriko said that she needs to be a role model for her younger sibling. If she gets a real free ride, then it will send the wrong message. Pedro reassured her that they will make certain that Kala sees that Eriko is earning her keep. Eriko said that there isn't a way that she can afford to live in San Francisco. At this time, Kim replied that she can live in one of the apartments that is directly above the clinic. The Murphy family owns the property and can charge her rent at a reduced rate. Also, there's always somebody from the clinic living there, so they will make sure that Eriko is safe living in the big city. Moreover, they have a paid internship ready for her with a start date of her choosing. Also, the Murphy family also co-owns independent film studio. They're also willing to give her paid internship so she can beef up her resume. That will improve her chances to get accepted into Santa Clara University. Eriko was surprised at the double offer. When she looked at her father, he nodded and she accepted both offers. Pedro concluded by telling her that Santa Clara University looked at her play. It is not what they were expecting. Since she is female of Asian descent, they were hoping that her play has an air quotes ethnic bent. As a result, they were a bit disappointed that her play is whitewashed. After careful thought, she said that she would work on revising it over the summer. After they engaged in some small talk, Kim took them back to the front lobby area and they saw themselves out. After they spent the rest of the day shopping in San Francisco, they drove home. At the duplex, Mr. Alloway's in-law, Mrs. Agnes Murphy Wyndham, talked with Eriko and her father, and she wore her usual formal business attire. So she, as in Mrs. Murphy, She wore her formal business attire, drove a Lexus to their neighborhood. It was obvious in her posture that she has a strict mind and is used to getting tenants comply with her rules. She asked what they needed, and her father started a property management company in San Francisco. She will help them find the right tenant and is in the process of also moving to a neighborhood to offer additional support. Aiko's father thanked her for her services and said that he would like to set up monthly meetings so they would be on the same page. She replied that she was thinking to do the same thing with their neighbors. After he nodded, she discreetly disclosed that she um, immediately identified some bad apples and are in process of offering to buy their homes. He immediately cautioned that they might take advantage and force her to buy the property at above market value. She immediately replied that she did consider that and will be careful about how she'll up her asking price. After they exchanged some small talk, she excused herself, saying that she needs to talk to some more neighbors before she returns to San Francisco. When school resumed, Eriko and her friends talked about what happened to each of them during their break. And since Eriko talked about her family, her friends whose parents are separated or divorced offered her support and made her promise to keep in touch after she graduates. Eriko was relieved at their response. She knew that the Murphy family will not offer her any support, so getting support from her friends meant a lot to her. Although her parents aren't the types to micromanage their children, they made it clear that failing classes and dropping out is not an option. That's why they agreed to send Caldo back to Japan. For some reason, Caldo had problems with teachers in this country. Caldo failed kindergarten, had issues with their male physical education teacher middle school. As a result, the parents realized that Caldo will fail classes in college and won't graduate from a university. Eriko knew that she can't afford to be sent away. As a result, she focused on getting the best possible grades and graduating on time. Although this was a tough time for her and her family, she realized that this is exactly the wake up call all of them needed. So, as always, comments, questions, constructive criticisms is greatly appreciated. If any of you are like, oh, I want to take some ideas from your story, I'll make sure I make it my own. I'll change to identifying information. I'll change the name of the characters, location. So this would be my own story, and please feel free to do that. I highly recommend anybody use this as a jumping board. Hey, she's doing this. I want to do my own. So, with that, I can't guarantee that I'll have my next video anytime soon. This would just depend on what pops into my head. I'm not actually thinking about this. At least like once a day. Where would I like the story to go? And I shall see you next time. Take care.